Throughout history, there are women that for some odd reason makes men fall in love with them consistently. And some who are prettier, like Marilyn Monroe, can't keep a guy long term. Why is that? Well, it's because one is behaving in a way that actually makes men fall in love. They're wired to react to that behavior. And the good thing about it is that those things are learnable. There are things that you could do today that men tend to consistently and are wired to fall in love with, which will give you an irresistible, charismatic aura. If you watch this video and do exactly as it says, you'll notice that within the next few months, the men that you meet for some reason want you. Just make sure to do everything that I talk about in this video. And above all, don't be evil, or else I'm closing the channel. And if you guys want to apply these strategies and you want to talk to me individually and want to be able to apply it, and maybe some of these strategies look abstract, book a phone call with me right now, and you can book a 10, 15, 20, 30-minute call with me, and there I'll be able to show you how to apply these strategies into your life. You'll be able to talk to me, not an AI Alex, not a computer Alex. You'll be able to talk to Father Alex on the phone or Skype. All right. So just click on the description down below where it says work with Father Alex. You see it right there, right? And there you'll be able to book that call with me today. Let's go to the couch and start with this video. So yesterday we went around asking men, what causes you to fall in love with a woman? And we asked them, what exactly happened in your life that a woman did that made you fall for her? And the answer kind of surprised me. It wasn't what I expected. It wasn't that she did a backflip, cartwheel, spinneroonie, monkey double backflip. They didn't do any of that. You believe that? What they did is something that surprised me because I expected to hear more, particularly because of this is what I do for work. Well, this is what they said. Consistently, they said they spent time with her, and over time, they developed feelings for her. Now, I was like, so what did she do? What channel did she watch? And he was like, no, it just happened. I just started liking her. So I was like, so did she do anything? They're like, no. And that's when I realized is that this type of bond that we're talking about, love, isn't something that you just can create through jealousy. It's not something that you could create through comparing them to someone. It happens by you just spending time with them, and above all, not trying to seduce them, not trying to get them to like you, not trying to be more cool, not trying to be more than what you are. What you'll notice is that when they don't like you back, there's something in you that automatically tries. So anytime you feel like you have to try to get this person to like you, it's your body giving you feedback that this person is not reacting to you. And what you have to do instead is to do less. Literally, right? And that's consistently, like I showed you the video, but the microphone wasn't working for the second time in a row. But you'll see that consistently. And that was, to me, was a reassurance. Simply because this shows you that a lot of times when somebody doesn't love us back, it wasn't that you did something wrong, even though you maybe did. It's just that deep down they will never love you. And it's because when somebody genuinely loves you, you can make all the mistakes on the planet and they'll still give you a shot. Somebody who really loves you will tolerate a lot of your creepy mistakes, right? And the reason why is this is because it goes to the next point, is that they grow to depend on you. They grow to depend on your presence. They grow to depend on seeing you every day. They start to predict you. They start to expect you in their lives. And this expectation causes people to expect to see you. Now, what's the expectation? Well, it's almost like when you want to buy crack and you're waiting for the crack to come home, right? You're expecting the crack, so you're really excited that it's coming. So it creates anticipation, it creates impatience, it creates fantasizing about it, right? And that is a sign that you are dependent on it, right? That you need crack. So it's very similar to that. Now, this type of dependence doesn't come with a high. It doesn't come with like type of high. It comes with a warm, relaxing high. Something that you don't even notice it, but you only notice it in the negative over time. In other words, this high goes away. The high of dependent on them, it goes away. Just like the high of drugs go away. But you know what stays? The physical dependence. And then all of a sudden, now you can't function without them. Now you can't do your daily chores without feeling like you've lost because you don't see them. Now you can't think straight because they're pulling away a little bit. Your body, you can't even eat anymore, right? You can't even enjoy doing the things that you enjoy to do. You become depressed. This is what happens when you become dependent on someone. Without you, Without them, you become depressed. Now, this intensity of dependence does depend on your emotional attachment style, right? More for people who are anxious and less for people who are secure, but they still feel that, but it's not something that is all consuming, right? Now, why is that? Well, because when somebody knows your value, they realize your value through your boundaries. When somebody disrespects you in a relationship, that is the time when they start to observe you more. When people disrespect you at the job, when people disrespect you in relationship, they become hyper vigilant, right? Why? Well, because we all have boundaries, right? And we all know that. But the problem is that depending on your self-esteem is how much you're willing to hold on to your boundaries, right? Now, another thing is that the sensing of your boundaries isn't just that you guys are in conflict and you guys are fighting. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about conflict resolution. As you're getting to know the person, you're butting up on some boundaries, some things that they like and don't like. And this causes you, both of you guys, to have to talk about things. And this talking about it is kind of awkward. This talking about it is uncomfortable. And this uncomfortable feeling that you guys have to go through because they fuck up, they're human beings, they're not black Jesus, right? They're gonna fuck up eventually. It causes them to wanna regain the happy side of you. It wanna regain the peaceful relationship they once had. And hopefully when you mess up, hopefully it's your turn to actually be humble. And that's how you grow together, because you sense that you're crossing their boundaries and they respect you for listening to them, and you end up respecting them for them listening to you, right? And this is what creates the love, right? Because you're sensing conflict and you guys are resolving it. And after the conflict, you feel a certain level of connection that you just didn't feel before. Right? So for a man to love you, they must feel your boundaries. They must feel that you're not trying hard. They must depend on you. Now, the next two things is that they don't project. Now, what's projecting? Projecting, right? Where they remind you of someone, right? They remind you of an ex, okay? And so you love your ex. They broke up with you. This person reminds you of your ex, and without even knowing them, now you assume they have the traits of your ex, all because they look like each other, or maybe they behave like each other. Usually you know if somebody's projecting because they start liking you really quickly. Motherfucker, you're not that lovable. Nobody's gonna love you that quickly. Usually it's just a projection. Not even a dad loves his baby the first day he sees them. Most dads takes a few months for them to get used to that thing. Not that thing, people. That's disrespectful to babies. But you get what I mean. Even parents go through postpartum depression, right? Most people, they not gonna like you instantly. If you see that, they're not seeing you. I could promise you, when they like you quick, they'll leave quick because they never really interacted with them, and you never really interacted with them as well. You want someone who's more of like a slow cooker. Somebody who likes you over time. Somebody who doesn't like you the first or second week, but that they like you a month or 2 months later. Because those are consistent. That's a sign. Because projections, if you spend long enough time with someone, projections go away after a few weeks. You know, like it's like when you meet someone who's pretty, like, oh my God, they're so cute. But the next few times you see them, they stop being cute, right? It's kind of like that. Projections lessen. And once they lessen, they allow natural love to arise. And that's why these strategies, they do work, but they only work to create projections. They don't work to allow natural love to flow. Now, the last one is very important. This is when a man knows they're in love with you, is when they start making eye contact with you. Not just during the holy dizzy, not just when you're seeing them in person, but also when they're fantasizing about you in their minds. One of the things that happens and that changes when you fantasize about someone that you love is that the qualities of the fantasies change. You stop fantasizing about them with just looking at their bodies. In fact, what happens when you imagine somebody that you love, you'll notice that the vision is more focused on the eyes. There's more contrast on the eyes, even in dreams. Like it's almost like an anime flashback where you're looking at the anime girl and she's like looking at the screen and you're looking at more like enhanced eye. It's kind of like that. When you're in love with someone, in your mind, you make eye contact. When you're not in love with someone, you're not gonna make eye contact. Maybe you will, but you'll notice you'll look away. Like there is more of a physical type of fantasy. It's more of a, both of you guys are looking at the freaking horizon. But when you're in love, you'll notice the focus of love is them, and it's prolonged. And not just that, when you make eye contact with them in their minds, you feel a fuzzy feeling
in your stomach, people. Yeah, that's right, like crack. You feel a fuzzy feeling in your stomach, you feel connection with them. That's a sign that you're in love with them. And what happens is that when you see them in real life, you're gonna feel those fuzzy feelings. When they're away, you're gonna make eye contact with them in your mind and feel those fuzzy feelings. And that's a sign that they're falling in love with you. And that's why you gotta make eye contact with them. You know, for all the autistic people, y'all gotta make eye contact. I know it's impossible. I get it. No, you know, you guys are the exceptions. ADD people, you guys are the exception. But all you normal folks, y'all gotta make some eye contact, because that's exactly what they're gonna be looking at when they're thinking about you. You know, and if you guys want to learn how to apply this, just become part of the Mindful Attraction University. There, you guys can purchase my courses: the Psychological Game of Attraction, Natural Chemistry, Charisma Blueprint. Jesus Christ, they're like my kids. Forgot their names. Coño. Emotional Mastery, and the last one, A Feminine Woman, right? You guys can purchase them individually for $99 or purchase them all by joining the Mindful Attraction University, where it's taught by Professor Alex, okay? And don't forget, there's a new channel. It's called Father Alex Reacts. You guys can click on the description down below to check it out. It's actually an entertainment channel. I won't be selling that much stuff. It's just for fun. So go there right now, or else I'm closing this one and keeping that one on. See you guys.